Okay, now we're practicing looking at an expression that's already written and writing a sentence that could accurately match that expression. What I'm going to do is make sure that I am correctly writing each of the three parts of this expression. So what I'm seeing is that I first have a group in parentheses, and then I have an operation. So I'm going to have to show kind of that action or operation. And then I have a second group that's in parentheses. So what I'm going to do is make sure that when I write my sentence, I'm focusing on correctly describing each of those three parts. And my goal is to do this in the simplest way possible so that my sentence is easy to understand. So my first group is T minus 9. Now, I don't just want to write T minus 9. I want to actually show that this is a group that should be in parentheses. So I'm going to choose the vocabulary word that we would use to show subtraction. I'm going to say the difference of T and 9. Now, the next part of the expression is the action or the operation that you'll see in red. And I think it's simplest to just write that as an action. So I'm now just going to say plus. The last part is to show R times 4 as a group. So instead of saying plus R times 4, I'm going to say plus the product of R and 4. So again, I tried to focus on making sure that I chose vocabulary that would show an action or a group based on whether or not the word was a noun or a verb. The difference of T and 9 shows a noun or a group, plus shows an action, and then the product of our R and 4 again shows a group by using a noun. There are other sentences that could be used to correctly describe this expression, but I chose to write the sentence that feels the simplest, but also is not misleading. One sentence that you should not choose is this. And this is something that I've seen from quite a few people. T minus 9 plus R times 4. I think that this sentence is really misleading because somebody might just write this. T minus 9 plus R times 4. Which we know doesn't actually match the original expression because it doesn't show the groups. So that's one thing we want to avoid doing. Do not just write each operation as an action word. Focus more on choosing the nouns that could show the group versus the actual actions or operations.